Everyone has a dream. They say the bigger, the better. After all, it's free and you have nothing to lose. For Oliver, his greatest dream is becoming a doctor. This is his story. His journey of becoming Doc Oli. College entrance test results finally came out. Oliver holds in his hands the letter which states his acceptance to DLSU's biology program. Overjoyed, he calls his best friend Rudolph to deliver the good news. This is a step closer to his dream, a step up the ladder of his success. Upon meeting Rudolph, they immediately exchanged test results and realized that they both got into the same major in the same school. They congratulated each other and looked forward to the university life. Before the exam, Oliver seemed to be so relaxed and nonchalant about it. He's overly confident that he would ace the test because back in high school, he was the best in biology. He ranked first among all the students in his batch. Aside from his dream of becoming a doctor, he also took bio because he knew he could handle it. After all, a lot of people highly recommend to take or do something that you're already good at. While Rudolph exerts all his effort into reviewing and acing the test, Oliver brags and makes everything seem easy. At some point, Rudolph begins to feel small and starts to doubt himself because he knows that he's not as smart as Oliver. Even though they're good friends, he feels uncomfortable having to be taking the same classes with him. The time for the exam finally came. Their professor approached them and they prepared themselves for the test that all bio students, except Oliver, have been dreading for weeks. During the test, Rudolph was evidently having a hard time while Oliver was breezing through it. Rudolph, given his self-doubt and high praise for his best friend, started copying and peeking some answers from Oliver's paper.
After the time was up, the professor asked to collect their papers. Oliver easily handed his paper, while his friend rushed to finish the test and review his mistakes. Oliver couldn't help but let out a little laugh because Rudolph was having such a difficult time. The two friends were hanging out like old times, cracking some jokes and playing around. Suddenly, the bringer of news came and handed out their test results. Oliver got a high grade of 97. While Rudolph looked worried about his paper. After some time, the bringer of news realized that he got interchange of papers and gave the wrong results to each of them. As it turns out, Rudolph got the real 97, while Oliver received a failing mark. Rudolph started teasing Oliver, and he felt angry about it. He was supposed to be the best, so it all didn't make sense to him. After some reflection, Oliver realizes that he wants to be a better person. He wants to change and to really achieve his goal of being a doctor. He thought that his actions to the recent events didn't contribute to his dream. In fact, it did the opposite, and it showed how immature and unprepared he is for his choice of career. He reminds himself that we shouldn't stop learning and studying just because we feel like we're actually good at it. There's always room for growth and development, especially as a doctor. That's an attribute that they need to possess, to be able to challenge themselves and to be a better doctor than they were yesterday. Oliver makes an effort to study on his own. He now goes to the library and continues to feed his mind with information. He also studies with Rudolph. They support and help each other with the challenging lessons that's always given to them. Rudolph feels connected to his best friend again, unlike before, when he felt like he was always underperforming next to Oliver. The wake-up call of Oliver made a stronger bond between him and his best friend. He also approached his professor. Being angry and crumpling his failed test paper didn't solve any of his problems. When Rudolph became such good help to him, he also went to seek more professional help with his teacher. That gave light to many of the careless mistakes that he made during the exam. The professor was glad to help out Oliver, and he greatly appreciated that a student made the effort to understand the reasons for his poor marks, rather than just accepting it without doing anything about it. In the end, hard work pays off. Oliver finally graduated from his bachelor program, and years later, to finally finishing med school as well. Unfortunately, Rudolph got left behind, but he's still doing his best to also become a doctor like his buddy. Oliver left a lot of great memories in DLSU. That place trained him to be better. If it weren't for his past mistakes, he wouldn't have realized that he needed to change. An individual attitude towards the things happening to them creates a great effort. Oliver realized this, and the success can be in the not so obvious details.